Hello, and my name is Jacob Cohn,
My name is Dylan Rios.
and Corey J. Megna is also a part of this project. In this, we actually were analyzing the warehouse from Plas-Ties. It's a small manufacturing company, approximately 20 people working there. And I actually work for the company, so we were allowed to do a short walkthrough and do our analysis based on that. So for our introduction, we chose 7 areas out of the total that we could choose from. Of these 7, we picked the ones that we felt that were the most essential to this specific business, as well as most warehouses as a whole. Out of the 7, we chose customer satisfaction, use of space, condition of building and technical installations, condition and technical state of material handling equipment, teamwork, management, and motivation, storage, order picking methods, and supply chain coordination. In area 1, we kind of analyzed the entire customer satisfaction on a scale of 1 to 3. From that rating, we gave them a 2 and almost a 3 because of the fact that in the case of late orders, when we asked the employees what they would do, they said that they personally would actually go drive and drop off the packages at UPS or FedEx to make sure that the customers got it. This showed us a lot of how driven they are for their customers to be happy and always have customer satisfaction. We did see that they have preset dates for picking and shipping as well to make that more efficient. And shipments for small businesses can always be time sensitive. And because they do work with so many small businesses, they try to make sure that every shipment gets out on the day it is supposed to be there. For area 3, for use of space, condition of building, and technical installations, we saw that in our walkthrough, the warehouse and manufacturing company also has multiple areas that are packed with material and being shipped for processing. But with this, we saw that a lot of the use of the space in the warehouse was not in order the way that it should. They had a lot of their products near the doors, but sometimes it would be kind of mixed, and sometimes we'd find the heavier products above, as well as multiple level shelves, having some of them just not stocked versus others, and not using their efficiency as well as they could. As well as they were limited to 1 loading dock, which we felt could be a huge issue in the large scale operation of things. Here is some of the images of the warehouse where we see the single loading dock, the dolly, and the propane forklift. They only have 1 of each of those, which is definitely a major issue in the warehouse. And for area 4, condition and technical state of material handling, we saw that they actually only had 1 dolly, 1 forklift, and 1 narrow aisle pallet truck. And with those, they actually have multiple issues with the propane forklift running out of propane and not having extra fuel on site, as well as we saw that they have an issue with their electric narrow aisle pallet truck because the battery power is really bad. They keep it constantly on the charger and honestly rarely use it. And here we can see the forklift and the pallet jack and 1 dolly and some small carts that they use that would not really help as much as a conveyor belt or other equipment.
Moving on to area 5 of teamwork, management, and motivation. The first thing we noticed is that everybody at the company, or most people at the very least, had been working with each other for 10 plus years, which translates to good worker cohesion, as everybody is familiar with each other and they know how to work together because of the large experience they have from a large space of time. So that translates to, in turn, workers being motivated to succeed, since success directly affects everybody else that they know, everybody they know very well, along with the small size of the company. Makes things in terms of like teamwork, management, motivation very good. It's one of the strong points of this warehouse. Moving on to the 6th area, storage. There are some good parts to the way storage is arranged, notably where fast-moving items are in easy-to-access locations relative to the dispatching and loading docks. Some issues that we see is that certain products that are in frequency are in certain locations that could be considered unoptimal, along with the issue of like no split inventory, which means that bulk and forward pick storage are all together, which can be unoptimal. It could be more efficient if those things were implemented. Another issue we found was that higher inventory or heavier inventory was at the top level of the racks, which made things difficult to pick up without specialized equipment. Another issue is that, or a solution would be to have the levels decreasing and weight the higher the up they go. So there's less overall weight to move things. So that means less time and potentially less injury or fatigue. Everything considered, inventory is managed very well, and counts for are usually used correct so that things are all in proper order. Here's an example of the inventory. For order picking methods, the order picking methods were usually kind of out of date overall. They're a few years behind, and the technology that they use has its that to pop up the screen every once in a while to reload any orders that have been processed, which could be kind of a slowdown on things. Things would be much more efficient if a more up-to-date system was used. Another issue is that after the technology is used, a pusher has to use push carts and fills with as much as we can, which can cause using multiple trips, which is not very efficient. Some recommended improvements that we would include is, updating technology and specifically having an MFG system to coordinate pick lists. Looking at supply chain coordination, we find that it's very robust. Things move in and out quickly, although not including the previously mentioned forklifts and movers. There's no conveyor machinery to help out with that stuff specifically. Some other flaws is that there are problems with the timing of products according to the manufacturing side of the warehouse, as this warehouse also doubles as a manufacturing place. Compounded with the issues of COVID messing up the supply chain, both issues are suffering right now. And to see some improvements, it would be pretty much just updating the system, probably going back to the order picking system is where things can kind of like start to mess up. In conclusion, we felt overall from our walkthrough that the business is not doing terrible with the efficiency of space in the warehouse, and overall there's some definite downsides, but also some definite boons. I think where we could definitely do some improvements is specific locations of items, and with a little bit of organization and analysis, they could make the warehouse a lot more efficient, especially with pick ordering and the equipment that we have available. Thank you for listening to our presentation. This has been Bill and Rios.
And thank you from Jacob and as well as Corey. Thank you.